All right, we've made it to the Beaver County Courthouse. It's your Pratt Pack Election 2023. If you've driven by my residence of Anaca, you've seen a sign to promote this gentleman, who I'm a big fan of, Tony Amadio, is up for re-election. And we're going to get caught up with some people who are in the race. And of course, your vote matters, so get out and vote. And if you haven't registered yet, please do so. I want to talk to you about education. That's your background. That's what you once did. Let's talk about the public schools in Beaver County. I think we have some of the best. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, that's where I came from. That's where I started. I taught in Center High School, Center Middle School for 34 years. So
Pretty impressive.
yes, I'm happy with my career choice.
You know, one of the things that kind of worries me a little bit, we're not only losing jobs in manufacturing, but we are losing teaching jobs too. The numbers are down by about 10%. What do you think we're going to have to do to stimulate young minds to make them want to follow in the path that you and so many others have done by teaching in the public schools?
One of the reasons I'm here is because I was very successful back then doing what I did, teaching civics, American government to my students. I mean, I run into students now who are 66 years old, and they tell me stories about things that happened all those years ago. I mean, when I had them in my classroom, some of them were 12, 13, 14 years old.
Right.
And then for a 12-year period, I taught seniors and ninth graders. So they're 14, 15-year-olds. And it's just exciting to hear them still call me Mr. Amadio. And I tell them, please, I'm just 4 years older than you, 5 years older than you, and you feel free to call me Tony.
You know, one of our dear friends who's no longer with us, Tony Allen, who came from the same system and ended up becoming an entrepreneur and very successful with Allen's Hardware. Let's talk about small business and what needs to be done to keep that driving force moving forward in Beaver County.
Well, Beaver County, with our American Rescue Funds, we've helped businesses throughout Beaver County with our CARES money, with American Rescue money. We've kept some companies afloat, especially during the COVID times. I'm very proud of this board and how we work together to accomplish that.
Last thing, Tony Amadio up for re-election. The election just around the bend. Again, if you haven't registered to vote, please do so, but your vote matters. Get out and exercise that right to vote. What would you like to accomplish the next time around, next term? Some of the things you'd like to get done.
Everybody looks at that basically as things that you want to do.
Right.
I just want to help people.
Right.
I call myself the facilitator, because if somebody calls me and asks me, you know, can you help my grandmother? Can you help my mother? Can you? I have a mental illness problem in my family. I know who to contact. I know who to hook you up with, and that's why this job is so important and so powerful, because we can make things happen for families, for children, and for the aged. And it's so important. That's why I never actually wanted to run for a higher office, because once you run for a higher office, you're gone most of the time. I mean, I shop here, I work here, no matter where I go, I run into my constituents.
Right.
And that's what I like about the job. That's what I liked about teaching. When I taught, I shopped in my community. I did everything in my community.
Right.
Ran for office in my community. And I served as a Center Township supervisor for 24 years. That's what I like about this. It's so much fun for me to be recognized.
You know, it's funny, I covered this courthouse for years back in the late 70s and early 80s. The thought process was the same. It's all about people.
Yeah, that's why we do this.
Good stuff. Tony Amadio will continue election 2023. We're at the Beaver County Courthouse. It's your Pratt Pack on a kind of chilly Thursday in Beaver County.